you fish freaks, Darren Wendell here with Wendell Fishing, and today I'm going to walk you through the first 8 things you should do if you just picked up one of these guys, the Garmin Striker 4. Let's hop in. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is estimate the power, right? So the Garmin Striker 4 is a relatively low power fish finder, and its battery life depends on the power draw from the unit and the capacity of your battery. And so here's the breakdown. The power consumption, the Garmin Striker 4 typically uses around 0.23 amps or 230 milliamps at 12 volts under normal operation. So for example, let's use this 10 amp hour Noctua Pro battery. It's a great choice for kayak fishing, guys. I'll put the link in the description below. But to estimate how long this would power your Garmin, simply divide the battery capacity by the power draw. So it'll be 10 amp hour divided by 0.23 amps, and you will get a 43.5 hours of use out of this battery right here. So plenty of juice for your fishing trip. You can use a 4.4 amp hour battery and run it for about 19.1 hours. And they make all kinds of different, they make a 10 amp hour battery. So plenty of options here when it comes to juice, but that's how you're going to estimate how long this is going to last, stay working out on the water. You don't want to be out on a multi-day trip and have this thing go out. Keep in mind, there's going to be 3 things that affect your battery life. Of course, it's going to be your power consumption, so more brightness, more power. The next thing you're going to look out for is cold weather use. If you're using this like below 32 degrees, you're going to be zapping the battery life by 10 to 20%. And of course, older batteries are going to be less efficient and give you less power over time. All right, now let's understand the device keys and some of the hacks behind them. This is going to be your return key right here. Of course, you push it, it goes back to the previous screen. However, if you hold it, it'll return to the home screen. So a little hack there. This is your multi-directional key. This is going to move your cursor when you're in your map. This is going to zoom. It's also going to pan. Then you have your menu key. So this is right here, this little 3 hamburger. This is going to be kind of a secret hack for some of your pages, right? It's going to bring up additional options on some pages. It's not going to bring up additional options on others. So you might want to goof around with that one when you're in different settings within your Garmin Fish Finder. This is going to, of course, be your power button right here. Of course, turns it on and off. Your acknowledgement key, this is going to confirm your selections. And then your waypoint button is going to save your current location as a waypoint. And we'll dive into that a little bit more detail in a little bit. Next, you're going to want to understand your sonar screen. All right, so take a look at the sonar screen up here. It's going to show you the bottom depth. It's not showing anything because I'm in my workshop right now. Next, it's going to show you the water temperature. It's showing 50.02 degrees right now because it's cold. It's mid-January. Oh, look, we got a fish, a 4.6. There's a fish swimming around in my garage. All right, it's marking something. Something's walking by, probably a cat behind me or something. Next, we have the GPS speed. Under that, you're going to have your device voltage. Under that, you're going to have your time. Down here, you're going to have the frequency of which the transducer is working. You can actually change this if you want to. Then we have any suspended targets that we're following in here. You saw that fish hop up here a second ago. So it's going to let you know where they're at within the water column. And this is going to be your depth indicator. Generally, understanding your screen is going to be important. Let's go and hop in now to adjusting the backlight and color mode. And to adjust the backlight, you're going to go to settings. So let's go ahead and go back here. Go down to settings. Go over to system. Hit display, and then you will see backlights. And so you can go in here and you can change the backlight, make it go down to nothing. It's early in the morning and you're like, this thing's blinding me. You're like, hey, it's really dark outside, I can't see it. You can adjust the backlight, but you can also adjust the color mode. So you go down to color mode. It's on auto right now. You can do day colors or night colors. I like keeping it on auto. Usually when I go out in the morning, it keeps it kind of dim so it doesn't blind me. And then as the sun is coming up, it'll change over to day colors, which is nice. So I like to keep it in auto, but you can do whatever you like or however you like that to be adjusted. And so that's where you will find that. That is pretty deep in the menu system. So I'm going to show you how to set the beeper. Now you can control when the Striker 4 beeps. And to set this up, you go into settings again. You're going to go to system. And you're going to go to beeper. And you can set this, you can just be like, hey, I don't want to hear anything. I'm on the water, I just want to look at it when I want to look at it. I don't need this thing beeping at me like my phone beeps at me and my emails beep at me all week long. So you can turn it off, or you could do alarms only, which you can go in and set what alarms. There's a variety of different alarms you can set. And then you can do, or you can do selections and alarms. All right, next. There are a variety of navigation alarms, and so I'm going to walk you through those. You go to settings, alarms, navigation, And so you can do a variety here. You got arrival. This is going to alert you when you're close to the destination or upcoming turn. Then you have anchor drag. Anchor drag is going to warn you if you drift too far while anchored. You're going to have off course. Off course is going to sound when you go off course by a set distance. Go back. Then you got system alarms. Of course, you got your alarm clock. You have your device voltage. You can set a voltage level if you get down to a certain amount. This thing's not going to run if you're not at 12 volts. So if you're getting close to that, you can actually get this thing to beep at you and ding at you. You got your GPS accuracy here. So if it's off by a certain user-defined amount, it will beep at you. I like having all these things off. And then you have some sonar alarms. And I think these are going to be the most popular and useful. You got shallow water alarms. It's going to let you know when you get to a certain depth, right? You're not really paying attention and you don't want to run your motor down or whatever it is. This is going to signal to you that you're in shallow water. It's going to let you deep water. Maybe you're looking for a certain depth to be fishing at. Water temp. Maybe you're like, hey, I dialed them in at water temp at a different part of the lake. You want to come back here and you want to find out that water temp at other parts of the lake. You feel like that might be where they are holding. And then you have your fish alarm. Now the fish alarm is going to beep at you when fish are detected at various sizes. This is going to be like all fish, medium fish, or just large fish. All right, so let's utilize this back button. I can hit it 7 times to get back to the main menu, or I can hold down and it'll take me back to the main menu. So, a little hack there. All right, now let me show you how to utilize the split screen frequency. A lot of times, most individuals will just use the traditional and go with it. However, split frequency is going to give you a unique view. It's going to let you to view 2 frequencies side by side, like 77 kilohertz and 200 kilohertz, which can drastically improve your ability to locate fish. You just need to know what you're looking for and what they mean. So the lower frequency, which is going to be the 77 kilohertz, is really ideal for scanning large areas in deeper water, while the 200 kilohertz frequency provides a more detailed image of fish and structure in shallow water. And so just know when you're looking at each one of these what it's going to be doing for you. The CHIRP sonar technology, you can actually go in the menu here and you can actually change the frequencies. I'm not sure why you would go in and change this to non-CHIRP. CHIRP sonar technology on this Garmin Striker 4 really improves the clarity by sweeping through a range of frequencies, making it easier to differentiate between a fish and the surrounding structure compared to the traditional single frequency sonar. So I would never take it off CHIRP, in my opinion, but nonetheless, know how to utilize this to your advantage. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is how to adjust the gain. So adjusting the gain on your Garmin Striker 4 is all about balancing the sensitivity to detect fish and structure and the bottom while managing all of the screen clutter. So how you would get to this is once you go into a sonar, there you go, this is where you would hit this hamburger button. And then you can go in here and you can adjust the gain. And so there's a variety of different options. You can keep it up auto. You can manually adjust the gain to your liking. Enable auto gain, auto low, auto high, or auto medium. All right, so let me share with you kind of what some of these things are. So if you were to go in here and you were to click auto gain, this is really great for beginners or when you're in stable conditions like calm lakes. It automatically adjusts to show fish and structure while filtering out unnecessary noise. It's simple. It's a set it and forget it option. However, the manual gain up here, if you wanted to adjust this, on the other hand, is really more for advanced users who want more control, right? If you're fishing in murky water, you're targeting smaller fish, or you're dealing with challenging conditions like heavy debris, manual gain gives you that fine-tuned sensitivity. You can increase it to spot smaller targets or see through particles, or you can decrease it to reduce the clutter and noisy water. But what I would do if you're first starting out, just start with auto gain to get a feel for the conditions, and then switch to manual if you need more precision. Adjust it gradually, pay attention to how the screen displays fish arches or bottom details, and this is really going to help you dial in the perfect setting for your needs. And lastly, although fish finders are great for marking structure and knowing the depth underneath your boat, when you do catch that fish, you're going to want to mark that waypoint. And there's a really easy way to do it, but there's all kinds of options around waypoints and the adjustments with it and how to navigate to these things. And so I did a video on this, everything you need to know about waypoints. You can check that out right there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.